I stumbled on this video the other day made by Brother Francis concerning this GCE Wahala. He made mention of certain things I will not want to sit and fold my arms and see the students that I teach, derailed by this kind of thinking. But first, before I make a comment, I want you to listen to him.
Listen, the level of security that I hear is being displayed now in GC examination halls fascinates me. I don't know why you are bent on frustrating these students. You know very well in your hearts, those invigilators that are putting those cameras, telling those children, don't wear shoes to the hall, wear sandals, that committee that decided to add these security measures, you know very well that this thing is not even going to help these children in any way, shape, or form. As long as they're in this country. You know very well that those Pythagoras theorems, quadratic equations, parts of a leaf, what Nnamdi Azikiwe did in 1961, you know very well that those children cannot use it to survive in the streets because it did not work for you, it did not work for your grandparents, your great-great-grandparents. To have a job in this nation is who knows who. You will go and see somebody has struggled to look for that small money, they have sent their children to school so they can learn how to read, write, speak English, communicate, and socialize. You go and be stressing them. You want them to not cheat so that they can fail. In the street, there's nothing like cheating. If you don't know something, you have to ask somebody. It's called collaboration. That's how nations are being built. It's not by one person going to sit down and hiding the answers. People are stressing these children with these rules. When you know very well that it will not even still benefit them financially. Leave them to cheat and go. Let them cheat and pass. Let them just be passing and just be going. One person going to be repeating from 5, repeating upper safe. Hi. We need to be careful. Your PhD holders are there, striking. They don't even have the capacity to create jobs. PhD. We should leave these children. Let them be cheating. Let them be collaborating in the hall and pass and go.
Now, Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 says, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatever a man sows, that shall he reap." See, the law of sowing and reaping is a natural godly principle that operates in all dimensions, not bothering who is concerned about with it. So if we encourage our people, our students, and whosoever they are to cheat and get their way through into excellence, then what would we be raising as professionals? We would be raising quacks. Because you raise a medical doctor who will one day inject you in the eyeball. When you encourage our own students to cheat and go into the exam hall with pre-prepared material just to cheat and pass, now what kind of mindset are we building in these children? That would simply mean that we are telling them that the way to excellence is by cheating. What kind of nation do we build for the next generation by those kind of students? No, because I understand that the way to excellence has rules, it has principles, and good success has a process. And that is what we must inculcate into these students. No matter what they are into, they must know that in order to achieve excellence, it needs to follow rules, it needs to follow principles. There are guiding rules and principles that govern the way and the process of excellence. You made mention of the fact that even, whatever they are learning is not going to put money into their pockets. We should just let them be. No, no, no. I think that all systems, no matter what system it is, plays by rules and regulations. See, the GCE board is an established institution and has its rules and regulations by which it operates with. The street has rules and regulations, despite the fact that the street, if you are not street smart, you might not survive in the street, but it still has rules and regulations and societal norms that govern the street. The marketplace has its rules and regulations. Every system has its rules and regulations by which, if you decide to be part of that system, then you must operate by the rules and regulations. Otherwise, you'll be sanctioned if you break the rules. After all, the law is meant for lawbreakers. Yeah, I agree with you. No, in Cameroon, we have PhD certificates in our pockets, and yet we are jobless. But that doesn't mean we have to cheat our way all through. But I want to think that whatever we became today is as a result of, one, lack of orientation. Number two, the kind of studies that we made. We went into some of these things with the mindset of being employed by some other persons. Now, but the point is, we have discovered that this kind of PhDs that we hold in our pockets cannot put money into our pockets. It can't help us. It cannot help us to create jobs. But what should we do? We can learn another thing. Because as far as I'm concerned, where there is life, there is hope. There are always opportunities coming up. And we can change and do whatever thing that we need to do in order to keep things straight and make our lives better. You see, whatever certificate or whatever skill that we have today, we obtained it by choice. Even if we lacked orientation before going into it, at least we chose to do it. And we can choose to learn some other thing or unlearn whatever thing that we have learned. So what's the way forward for our children, the next generation? What should we be doing? I think that we should encourage our children. We should tell them or orientate them towards creativity and excellence. And whatever excellence and creativity that they are going to be engaging with should be guided or tailored or obtained within the confines of God-fearing and societal norms. By so doing, we can obtain a better society and a better world, not encouraging our children to cheat their way through into excellence. Because excellence, as far as I'm concerned, has a process. Who you are presently is determined by how you became what you are today. Value the process and not just the finished results, because the process will transform you. The process will do a lot of transformatory work within you. So I encourage all candidates, all fellows who are engaging into whatever exam that you want to, you must learn to play and obtain your certificate or your excellence within the confines of the rules and regulations governing that institution. Thank you.
F.A. Chris, talk to me.